Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to do my planner roundup for the year 2023 and I'm going to show you what planners I've used, what is the kind of routine I was able to set, and general roundup of the year in terms of just planners, not personal. So let's just get started. First thing first, I have definitely used my accomplished Neorah A5 weekly planner the most. It has been my companion probably each and every day of the year, and you could see while I'm flipping it, I have pretty much used every page. Some pages that I haven't definitely used is vision board. I am, to be very frank, I'm over the vision board phase. I may start a vision board this year. But last year I was not in the phase. I thought maybe in the middle of the year or in February or March or something like that I will make a vision board, but I did not. But that's absolutely okay. That was a choice that I took. So I have absolutely no complaints about this book. This style of planning has actually worked for me really well. So for 2024 also I have purchased my accomplished Neorah undated planner because the layout pretty much remains very similar to this. So I absolutely want to use the exact same system for work. Now this may only look like a work planner, but I do write my personal things to do and also things to remind me over the weekends and things like that. So this is essentially my main planner, where obviously 80% or 90% is work, but I do write personal things to do as well on this. So I'm absolutely loving this system and will continue this in 2024 as well. So if something's not broken, I don't want to fix it. So this is my first planner. The second rather planner planner systems that I want to talk about are these accomplished daily journals. I accomplished daily planner, but I use them as journals. I have pretty much completed the 6 months journal, and I'm actually proud of the first 6 months that I actually use this, and as you can see, it's pretty decently full. I would say this book is used about 95% of the times, and I'm really happy with that. But in the second half of the year, so this was January to June book, and this is my June to December book. To be very frank, the start of the year was decent in this book, but then as soon as October, I think this is what month? I think August, you can see a lot of blank pages. September, you can see a lot of blank pages. October, definitely nothing. November, I think till the middle of November, there was nothing. And then again, end of November, I've started writing. Even December has been choppy, some days not. So it has been on and off with my journal for the second half of the year. But still, I really like it. Sometimes I just use this for manifestation. I remember so many times that I have written pages over pages just manifesting something or something that is bothering me, just writing it down. So I'm not taking too much pressure, and generally I see this is I don't know if this is just me or this is everyone else. Generally the first half of the year you're very consistent. The second half of the year, because you have vacations coming up, etc, everything just falls apart. But having said that, next year as well, I'm going to keep up the tradition of keeping a journal for me. Journaling is extremely important. I may not do it every day, but even if I do it 6 months a year, I think that is a good accomplishment for me. It is a good mental stress reliever. So I absolutely don't regret getting this. Next year as well, I have bought the B6 daily planner, which will give me a much smaller page for the day, which will relieve the stress of writing too much daily, and which I think will motivate me to journal more. For this, the monthly pages also, I think couple of months, I think only July and August is something that I kept on for the monthly page. Monthly pages have completely been not existent in this book. So I want to be more consistent because I'm sorry, I'm just going to blur this out, but this is such a good way to look at my entire month in a glance. I absolutely love this logic, but for some reason I'm not being consistent. So I'm just going to keep up this tradition. I think one of the biggest reason that I stopped journaling as much, because I don't know whether you know, there was a little bit of medical complications and I had to have a dressing on my body. And if you have a dressing on your body, your movement to a certain extent, your bathing schedules, your doctor appointments and all that were just too much in my life, I think around that mid-September mark, and that just annoyed me to a different level. So whenever I used to take up journaling, it used to be just cribbing about that dressing, cribbing about the doctor's line, and it was just a lot of negative thoughts. So I thought of stopping my journaling a little bit, because that negative thought kind of made me go into a spiral. So that is also one of the bigger reasons that I didn't journal as much. Now that I'm in a much better space, medically, I think I should take another year to recover. But other than that, the doctor's visits, the dressings, a lot of other things have stopped. I'm hoping, I don't know how long, but that has brought down a lot of negativity. So that is the reason I think next year would be better. So if you see in the month of December, I think I've got back to this is my month of December, and you see almost every alternate day I have sort of done some kind of journaling. So I'm very happy with that. So I'm hoping the next year should be as good as my first half of the year. The second, or rather, this is not more of a planner, this is more of a Q&A 5-year journal, which I have bought off of Amazon, and I absolutely love it. I have pretty much filled in each and every day of the year, and I started it in last December. So I'm very happy to report that this December, and there are some, oh no, there are not. This December I have written double entries, so I'm so proud of it. And this is something like a tradition. I would like to follow it. It's not that I do it every single night. I possibly miss, say, about 3-4 days a month, but I go back and backfill it because it's still not too far off your memory. So this is something that I absolutely cherish, and I spend my less than 2 minutes every night to answer that one question. And I would highly recommend you having this, because this is not wasting too much of your time. Anything time in journaling is always investing, but having said that, this does not take any time, and it is a very good mirror for you to see how you have changed. For me, this becomes an extremely important ritual for my night time. So I absolutely love this. And again, I have not missed too many days here. On my vacation as well, I have taken this book. This book is fairly small. This is not really heavy as well. So on my vacation also, I make sure if I'm not journaling, I definitely take this book with me, because that just de-stresses you, disconnects you with your phone, and you know that's your like trigger to go to sleep. So I absolutely love this. Then I have a Q&A a day for kids. My son uses this, but as you can see, I think early December, he's not done so much of journaling in this. This is much better. Let me bring up a plain page. This is just 3 years, and this has a lot of space. The handwriting could be big and small and things like that. My son is younger, so most of the times he's not in the mood to write, so I will write for him. But I see this going forward, that he can write this in by himself. So on the days that he chooses to write by himself, I know that it is easier for him to write. It's just one line that he has to write, and I love it. I absolutely love this. Again, this is not an exercise I want to force it on my child. Whenever he feels like, he picks up this book, and we backfill this for like days. Sometimes he's just forgotten about the book and has not filled in for 10 days. I will then subtly nudge him, saying that our Q&A book is pending, and then he may want to or he may not want to, but we filled in 10-15 days together in this book. And it is also a very good conversation starter, right? Because I know for a fact that in a few years my son will be a teenager. I know for a fact that for me to manage that would be slightly difficult, obviously. So I know what he thinks about, and we can have this as a good thing to look back on. On the other hand, as I said, this is a very good conversation starter. So if there is a question and you want to ask a follow-up question, you need not write it, but you understand what your child is really truly feeling. So I absolutely would recommend both these books. One is for yourself and one is for your child if you have one. So I absolutely love both these books. Next up on my stack this year is a travel journal. Now this is from The Tall Elephant, and I bought it last year, and I have been keeping up pretty well with this journal. So mostly I will carry this book in my carry-on, and this would definitely be in my purse at all times. This is, I wouldn't say this is heavy, but this is hardbound, so I wouldn't recommend traveling so heavily with this, but I generally travel with a backpack, and me and my husband take turns to carry that backpack, so I don't mind this much weight. I wouldn't recommend you carrying it everywhere, but since we sort of divide the times that you carry this, I'm okay with this. I am very happy. You write in a lot of things. I have not put in bucket list and all of that and things like that, but these journal entries really come in handy. And it is a very, let me open a blank page. Yes, it is just this much that they are expecting you to write, and then there is an entire page which is blank. Now here, if you do have the time, you can write, or else just note down the places that you've seen and you should be just good. But this also acts as how you were feeling, right? I don't really put in a lot of emotions tracker here. I don't, but I quickly write, today was a hectic day, or today was a tiring day, or today was a relaxing day, or something like that. I generally start my sentence like that. And this is a great addition to your travel experience. I would highly recommend this. I'm not sure if every night or every now and then you want to write it. I would not pick this up at night. I would generally pick this up when I am in a car, when I'm traveling somewhere and things like that. I wouldn't really take stress to pick this up at night. That is the reason I backfill while I'm in a car, or while I'm in a train traveling to and fro. Also on the plane, I backfilled the last 4 or 5 days of my travel while I was on the airplane. So I would keep it with me at all times, but I would not use it. You would take this as a night journal when you're traveling, however you feel comfortable. But that is how I use this. At night, I would just pick up my Q&A. So I highly recommend both the Q&A books. But the traveling journal, you cannot. You can just take a very small book and you can write the journal. This really just doesn't give enough structure. Let me just show you. This has emotions tracker, activity tracker, meal tracker, expense tracker. Obviously, I'm not going to write my expenses here. One line of gratitude. Of course, I'm not writing any of these. I just write a little bit here on the activities that we've done. And if I'm in the mood to write, I will write a little bit of journal entry at the back. So again, does this book really is useful? Possibly not for me. A basic notebook should do, but I like the structure that it gives me. Sometimes I go by the structure, sometimes I don't. And last but not the least, this is my least used planner for the year. And of course, this is, you must have recognized this. This is the Ink Bucket Good Life Planner. I have barely used it, and I can actually see it from my tracker that I think around August, again the same time around, I have pretty much stopped using this. To just say it simply, this was a chore to manage every spread. I have done it by myself. There is no structure in this book. As you could see, I have pretty much stuck full pages for me to make this useful. I don't know. This book was an absolute fail. I have done a lot of art journaling in this, so I'm actually happy. One of you on my comment section have actually mentioned that I should start the art journaling videos again. To be very frank, I have not done so many art journaling prompts at all, because in this book it was such a big chore that every week you had to compulsorily do a art journal spread. So I was giving myself a break. I don't know if something like art journaling could be tiring, but since I had to do it on force and every week, I thought, listen, I can't do this again. And that is one of the reasons that I absolutely stopped art journaling. But since one of you mentioned it, I will start that again. And this book particularly has been a complete failure for me. I will not go for structured planners anymore. This is giving me such a bad trauma that it does not excite me to go to a structured planner anymore. And as you can see, this is I think second or third week of August. Well, almost third week of August, and then I have not touched this book at all. I would have loved to do monthly reflections and all of that, but this was such a big chore to even open this book. I completely stopped it. I'm really sad about it. I'm not very happy about it. I am going to not regret this at all, because the amount of things that I tried to make this work is insane. If you could see, it's insane. I was very consistent. I was extremely consistent. But after a point, I just had to give up. All my consistency went out of the door as soon as I started feeling that negative sort of feelings, which I have discussed earlier. I don't want to discuss it again. But that is when I said, that's enough. I can do away with this. I do not need to add another chore to my life. So I absolutely stopped using this. I'm sad about it, but I'm happy that I took the decision that I took. So that is it. This is, I think, all the things that I've used in the order of the amount of time that I've used these things. So I think next year I have a definitive plan on how I am going to use my journals, my planners, my everything. So that will be my subsequent video. So please stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching. If you've come so far in the video, I'm truly grateful for you. Have a happy New Year's. Be safe. And let me know what are your plans for New Year's. For us, I think it is going to be a small house party with a lot of my friends, their kids. So it will be a very relaxed New Year's Eve. I'm hoping that, keeping my fingers crossed. So let me know what are your plans, and also do let me know how was your experience with your planners for the 2023 season. And thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. I don't tell this at the end of all my videos. I'm really bad at that. But if in case you like the content that you're seeing here, please do like and share the video, and also subscribe to the channel. That is it from me now. Have a nice day. Bye now.